It's season 3, beyond business. Come ride with me. Nick Freno in the house, sharing stories that inspire. From every walk of life, we're lighting that fire. Lessons learned, journeys shared, good vibes and laughs, we're fully prepared. Brought to you by Buick Real Estate. Let's dive deep, it's gonna be great. From the ups and downs, we rise and grind. Every guest has a tale, every tale is a find. Exploring the wisdom that life has to give. Together we grow, that's how we live. Lessons learned, journeys shared, good vibes and laughs, we're fully prepared. Brought to you by Buick Real Estate. Let's dive deep, it's gonna be great. So grab a seat, don't miss the ride. Beyond business with Nick, let's take it in stride. Join the conversation, let's make it last. With stories and insights, we're having a blast.
Hey listeners, before we kick off today's episode, I want to take a moment to highlight our incredible Season 3 sponsor, Buick Commercial Real Estate. If you're in the market for commercial properties in Central Illinois, look no further than Buick Commercial Real Estate. With a dedicated team led by Tim Buick and Cole Babcock, they bring unparalleled expertise and deep understanding of the local market to meet your commercial real estate needs. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, lease, or invest, Tim and Cole are committed to providing personalized service and guidance every step of the way. Their passion for helping clients navigate the complexities of commercial real estate sets them apart in the industry. So if you're ready to take your business to the next level or find that perfect commercial space, reach out to Buick Commercial Real Estate. You can find them on all social media platforms at buickrealestate.com or give them a call at 450-8500. Trust me, you'll be in great hands. And a special thank you to Tim and Cole for your unwavering support of the show. Hey everyone, if you're looking to transform your home with a fresh coat of paint or need some handiwork done, look no further than Clean Cut Painting and Handyman. This incredible local company specializes in both interior and exterior painting, and they bring a unique touch to every project. What sets them apart is their women-centric approach, because they truly believe that a woman's eye for detail and design is invaluable. From basement remodels to floor replacements and accent walls, Clean Cut Painting and Handyman is your go-to for all home improvement needs. Their team is not just proficient, but also professional, ensuring that every job is done right. So if you want to elevate your space, reach out to Clean Cut Painting and Handyman today. You'll be amazed at what they can do. They operate out of both Decatur and Springfield, Illinois, and you can find them on all social media platforms or look them up online at cleancutservice.com. Hey everyone, if you're on the market for custom apparel, look no further than Oakwood Screen Printing. This company specializes in all things screen printing, offering high-quality designs on everything from t-shirts and hoodies to hats and bags. Whether you're promoting your business, celebrating a special event, or just want to express your unique style, Oakwood Screen Printing has you covered. What sets them apart is their attention to detail and commitment to customer satisfaction. They use top-notch materials and the latest printing techniques to ensure your design looks vibrant and lasts for years to come. So if you want to make a statement with your apparel, reach out to Oakwood Screen Printing today. You won't be disappointed. If you use promo code BB217, that's right, BB for Beyond Business 217 at checkout, you will receive an additional 15% off online or in store. So that means ditch the custom ink link order, no matter where you're ordering from, and order your product online or in store from Oakwood Screen Printing using code BB217 for 15% off. Check out oakwoodscreenprinting.com for your next apparel order. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Beyond Business. Thank you for joining me for Season 3 of Beyond Business, which is brought to you by Viewit Commercial Real Estate. This is Episode 1, which is brought to you by Clean Cut Painting and Oakwood Screen Printing. Today's guest has been working for Sunbelt Rentals for over 20 years. He is co-founder and co-owner of Notorious P.I.G, Notorious Meats, Bevo's, and the 4-9. He is co-owner of Sliders Bar and Grill. He is involved in the ALC Wiffle Ball Classic and is heavily involved in the local Decatur and Mount Zion community, as well as being a youth travel baseball coach. Welcome in today's guest, my man, Zach Keck. No, I do. I appreciate you taking the time to come and sit down, man. I know life is busy with, things. You got things for sure amongst family.
Yeah, things, lots of things.
So I know that you've worked at Sunbelt forever, and you've got, let me put this on silent because I already know how this is going to end up turning out. I think I've learned that. So yeah, other than, why don't you, let me not take the lead on this. Why don't you tell me, other than your Sunbelt, and I do want to know what your title is and what you do there, but let's start there and say what else you do for bread.
All right, man. Well,
for bread and meat.
Me. Sorry, it's taken me a little bit longer to get here.
Yeah.
A lot of it's life, family, job.
I think last time you had a draft, babe. Got to get them kids ready for spring or something.
Yeah, we had baseball. We were making our schedule for baseball.
That's right.
So we're just coming out of basketball season. My son didn't play hockey for the first time since he was 4 this year.
Oh.
And he decided to play basketball with all his school friends. So this winter's been way different than any other winter for my wife and I. You know, we're used to being gone 18, 19 weekends out of the winter.
The hockey life,
travel life, man.
Yeah.
So he decided to play basketball. So this winter's been a little bit different. So
you like it better, or had you dug in on the hockey so much that was kind of you're used to it? You're like, hell no, we're home, baby.
Man, I played hockey growing up.
Oh, so that was your.
So I coached them all the way until I.
You were Decatur Flames?
Man, I was Decatur Flames.
Heck yeah, dude.
Yeah, a lot of friends still to this day. Are guys that I played with.
Yeah.
And the game of basketball is much different than hockey at this age.
Oh yeah.
Right. So hockey, we've been changing on the fly and power playing it and playing the game for several years.
Yeah.
Basketball, man, it's still much slower developing, I feel like. I don't know a ton about basketball.
How old is he again?
He's 12, 6th grade.
Right.
So he held his own on the basketball court. He made the A team, and I think some of it is not because of his offensive skills for sure, but his defensive skills and his mentality towards being a football and hockey player. All his buddies are really good at basketball. Both teams, the A and B team, are there's a lot of talent there in Mount Zion.
So do you think it's more the camaraderie of playing with his boys is why it drew him to basketball more, or is, you know what I'm saying? There's something to say for at least going, hockey. I might be better at hockey, but these are my dudes, man.
Yeah. So hockey's different. Hockey is made up. The Decatur Flames are made up of everybody
right
in town, which was cool because I got friends when I went into high school. I had friends at every school we traveled.
Right.
I go to a football game, go to a basketball game, and I knew people on the other side.
Right.
Of it. So it was parents and kids. So it was a lot of fun, but it is different. I think where Cash's change of heart is we were really good at hockey. Won a state title out of the Missouri Blue Note Cup just a couple years ago, man. Like, really good at hockey. But, they don't have a lot of fans. We don't get a ton of home games, right? So we travel a lot. Parents,
grandma
friends,
here and there.
You don't get a show off for your buddies and your friends. And So I think, we travel a ton with Illinois basketball. We go to a lot. We got season tickets to Illinois basketball and football. So we do a lot of that. Mm-hmm. And I think he sees, and then we go to every Mount Zion basketball game that we can. And I think he sees that and he's like, that Friday night lights is something, man. I didn't play football when I was in school. But I think, just seeing
that's association.
That Friday Night Lights has really hit him. I think he's like, ooh, I want to be a part of that. You know?
That's real life.
It's real life.
It's a part of the deal now. Yeah, I don't necessarily remember it like that, but it is a thing.
Yeah, man. Yeah. He sees his home Saturday hockey games where there's like 20 people there.
Hey, see you again, Mom. Oh, Grandma came. Cool.
Yeah, we went to a Friday night basketball game last week where there were some big name coaches in town watching the Big Horse play.
Oh yeah,
and the whole place
brings it even bigger. Yeah.
I can't blame him, man. Yeah. But to answer your question, no, I'm a hockey guy.
Right.
I'm learning basketball. I'm learning it's the change of pace and speed.
Yeah.
The game.
Well, you're not learning. You're not. Oh yeah, you're like, I know how to be a fan, but I don't.
Yeah. I can't. I've talked to a lot of the coaches this year. We have 2 5th graders that are playing up with our team, and I don't know that that's going to be possible next year. So that opens up 2 starters. Well, 1 starter and our next guy off the bench, right?
Right.
So Cash in his first year, I don't know that you could tell if you went to watch them play. I don't know that you could tell that he was a first-year player.
Okay, well then he
held his own, but it leaves opportunity. So I've told the coaches, I'm like, look, I can't make this. If you guys want him to kind of fill this role next year, when we're missing 2 players, y'all are going to have to teach him that, or tell me where to send them to get taught. I can't teach you how to play basketball.
Yeah, what do you?
I don't know if I'm left or right-handed in basketball. You know what I'm saying?
How should I teach a drop step? Right?
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, right.
Like I dribble with my left hand. I shoot with my right hand. That's how messed up I am in basketball. So
right, I feel that.
But no, it's been good. It keeps me busy.
It's so fun though.
Yeah, man.
I mean, just to see him. Actually, that's a good example of kind of going. So my kid's a soccer player.
Yeah.
It was. I just I didn't never vocalize it, and I went years of just kind of going, okay, whatever, and then it was like, oh shit, oh,
I'm starting to figure this out a little bit,
and then it was like, oh shit, he's good. Okay. And then I watch a couple pro games, and now I'm a soccer fan.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've actually watched people that, know, and then you go, wait, Tom Brady owns a soccer team? Oh, wait, this is a thing, dude. Yeah. Right. So, yeah, I
spent a lot of time in St. Louis and just watching that, the St. Louis park getting built, down there for Sunbelt, and watching it being built, it's like, oh man, this is pretty.
So I think when it's all said and done, anybody who's good enough to be a professional at something, it's always interesting to get into and watch, but the learning is not always fun no matter what. Yeah, no. Watching people compete on a professional level is completely different than. I'm still not saying I would like to go back and watch learning soccer again.
Yeah. I think we all learn. Be a professional in anything you do, right?
Yeah, for sure.
We're professional bullshitters.
Yeah, no shit, right?
Let's be good at it.
Yeah, no kidding. But so, do you wear a coach's hat at anything? Obviously not basketball. But do you wear a coach's hat, or are you dad and spectator? And is that kind of it at the...
I used to coach hockey. Then I broke my wrist and couldn't do anything for a year. And I had to have surgery and plates put in and stuff. And so that kind of changed that.
Yeah.
And the game went on, and I was replaced. So I kind of just stayed on the sidelines there. But I coach travel baseball.
Okay.
We've got the same boys that have been playing together since they were 4,
Yeah.
And
that's great.
We get a couple new kids every year. They rotate in
that's
and
good.
out.
That's the bomb, dude.
We got the same coaching staff since 4th, 5th grade.
And I know I follow you guys. I just didn't know if you were the coach or not. You guys handle business?
Oh yeah, man, we're pretty good.
Yeah,
we're good for a Mount Zion team that 9 out of our 11 players are Mount Zion kids in the exact same grade, right?
I mean,
they're all sitting in class
What do you
together.
need to be good for if not that? You know?
Can we compete with some of these? And we try. I mean, we go to these tournaments.
Yeah.
We don't go to win tournaments. We go to play competition that's better than us.
They're supposed to be,
get
even
better,
you
man.
compete.
Yeah, man. This isn't the time to be winning. You know.
Well, and conveniently now I've seen, like in Chatham and in Jacksonville, they actually have rec and single A divisions. So at least you're not stuck going and playing in an open and triple A tournament to where, even though a lot of the teams are sandbagging to play, but you still can go win a few games and
So we've played in a Rantoul.
Beautiful
weekly
complex
league.
there.
Yeah, beautiful. For the last 3 years, so we'd go there and play every Wednesday, and then we would play a tournament on the weekends. And yeah, they hold their own, man. I mean, we beat some. We played in a tournament in Kansas City last year, and we lost to a team sponsored by the Royals in the championship game,
Right.
you know, on Father's Day, where we're the higher seed going into the day.
Yeah.
And for somehow, some way, man, I don't get it, but we played back-to-back games in the 100-degree temperature.
Yep.
Not making an excuse, but you know, how did the team that had to win to go into it? But anyways, it was a hot day, and it was a close game. You
Just
know, we
didn't
held
go
our
your
own.
way?
No.
Yeah.
But we love the tournament. We're going back, but these kids have done their fair share of winning. I think the future is bright for them for sure. Next year, so they all started basically. They got their first run of junior high baseball in the fall.
Oh, nice.
So our 7th grade, I think we only had like.
Oh, so you get them in the summer, then hand them off, or wait, how does it go?
Yeah, we get them in the summer, and then we hand them off for the next
In
year.
the spring.
Yeah. Or fall.
Or
right into
or
fall.
fall,
Summer
yeah,
into fall.
fall, yeah.
So they got their first dose of junior high baseball, and we had 2 7th graders on what they call the JV team, and the rest of them were 6th graders.
Oh,
coming
nice.
up. So we started 7 6th graders most games.
Oh, nice.
And out of the 9, and they I don't remember what our record was, but it was a winning record.
Heck yeah.
You know, I think we lost to T-Town, which T-Town doesn't allow any 6th graders to play.
Okay.
So we lost to them in an opening game of the season, and then we beat them the last weekend of the year. And they don't have any 6th graders playing. We were playing 7th and 8th graders, right?
Yeah.
So, but fast forward to next year, our smaller 7th grade class are going to be 8th graders.
Now you guys are on top.
Man, now we got to play 8th grade, senior
It's on.
baseball. And,
It's on.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
It'll be fun.
We're going to take our licks probably next
Yeah.
year, but man, when they're 8th graders,
It's on.
let's go.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll get some help from the what will be the 7th and 6th grade class. We got some good classes below us, and it's going to be fun.
So that's what my boy now, about a month ago, has started. He's a freshman. So he started doing, he goes to St. T, and he started doing baseball workouts with the team. And I think first couple of weeks it was kind of, well, this is the first time you go in and you're 14 and you're playing with people that are up to 18, you know?
Yeah.
And I remember the very first feedback, he's like, dude, there's a dude who throws 90. And I was like, he does not, but okay, And he's like, but there is though. But there actually is. And I'm like, maybe there is. I don't know if there is, but so yeah, we got to talking, and yeah, he's like, man, the dude, I don't know. But he throws really hard, and he's been there a few times now, and yeah, it's good to see him like blended in as one of the guys, and it's like, okay.
It's unbelievable what the game is today. Like
Yeah.
I picked my son up last night from hitting lessons, and we're driving home, and he's like, Dad, Davis is just got back from this camp. There's dudes throwing across the diamond in high school at, 91 miles an hour or 88 miles an hour. I don't remember what he said, but probably 80s. And then he goes, they had a kid there that was trying to hit the, upper 90s, and these are high schoolers.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, and he proceeded to tell me his goals with throwing the ball, at his age this year, what he wants to throw the ball across the diamond, and what he wants the ball coming off his bat, how fast.
So I was just going to say, they're gunning it off directly off the bat, and they so that was So he plays, when I cut the reins from coaching like 2 years ago, that's what the winter workout is. Velocity out of your hand from the mound, and the increase in the velocity off the bat over the winter should go up with the gun. And it is just like half of it though, bro, is for sure, but you guys just charged me because this fucking kid's going to put on 15 pounds because he's 14 and it's winter.
That's you when you and I were growing up.
You know what I mean, though?
Yeah.
Like you're tricking me. He's going to gain 10 pounds. He's going to get stronger. And that happened. That exactly happened. He grew 3 inches, 10 pounds.
Yeah.
Oh, he can throw harder. He can hit harder. Well, no shit.
Man, it's crazy. You go to a baseball game these days, whether it's summer ball or whether it's junior high baseball, man. And you used to be able to tell when a scout's there or whatever.
Right.
Like they got their radar. No, moms and dads got them these
No
days.
question.
They're called a pocket radar.
Yeah.
They're just pulling it out.
Yeah.
Some of them are doing it on their phone app. It's like
That's it. My son goes, I'm surprised you don't have one. I said, you got to throw a lot harder than you do, bro. And he's like, dang. I go, dang shit. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Yeah, you're gonna have to be.
You gotta be having me over here like, what the fuck is he doing? Why is no one hitting him?
When dad is a little scared to catch him, and you got to get somebody to catch him.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I mean, that's what I said. No disrespect, but you got to be making it. So I'm trying to figure out why people ain't here watching.
Yeah.
Yeah. And why do I need one? You have 6 coaches that all of them are watching. They're all like this instead of watching what's going on. They're all looking at their radar, it's a different game.
Yeah,
I remember when TJ years ago when he shot down to Florida and the brief conversation we had, he goes, I want them to play baseball, so I guess we're going to go where they do it all the time. And he wasn't bullshitting.
No.
I mean, it was like, he goes, it is you want to play football, move to Texas.
Yep.
I mean,
Everything's better in Texas, they say.
but it is like you want to go and you want them to play, then have them play around 40,000 people on Friday night.
Yeah.
Like, if they can play with them, then they can play pro. It's like, okay, touche.
It's wild, man.
It's just another world, man.
Yeah.
We all love what we do. I mean, just in a different way, but but there's nothing. Memories, that travel ball, that's kind of why I asked if you thought your boy, what you thought he liked about the basketball. And, of course, it's his friends. But, yeah, the glam and the fans. And because so Jostis and I had a conversation, and I wondered, I had always wondered why they had such a good football program, but there wasn't a lot of collegiate athletes that came out of it. And his take was kind of like, he's like kind of just sitting back over the years and watching. He goes, there's a big difference between having a successful football career and going on to be a subpar athlete at a possible, just going to be a college athlete doesn't mean you were going to be a starter at a great program. It just meant you were going to go to school.
Yeah.
And most freshmen sit the bench. So it had nothing to do with anything other than having a story of being a college player. He made a really good point. It was like, did you want to end your career as on top, or did you want to end your career as being a quitter because that shit sucked?
Right. Man, I just hope he gets to get to school. Like, just get to school.
And that's kind of what I say too, is I'm like, even if you go and then just play a year and decide it's not for you, to have the story of saying, hey, look, when I played college ball.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
And I think that there's a lot of good stories out there that
start with that.
exactly
You're
that.
damn right,
Yeah.
bro. But I don't know. Either way, it's cool.
His dad's 5'9.5", maybe. I used to say I'm 5'10". I don't know. I was probably lying to everybody. And
the DMV never busted out a tape measure.
No, and that's going to be you, right? So
right.
You're going to have to figure that part out.
Right.
And
right.
But man, get to school and do good things, right?
Yeah.
I think that's really the main thing.
So what's your take on what is your take on post high school life? Just in general, not necessarily for your child, but just overall. Someone, 10 people are standing here and they all graduate high school in a week, and none of them really have an idea exactly what they're going to do. What do you do to find out what you think they should do?
So I'll just start with my story after high school because I kind of am a believer. It leads in. I see it both ways, man. Like
Okay.
if you want to go to college and you want to do that, cool. If you want to work, I'm living in a life right now with Sunbelt that there's so many trade jobs out there that are paying a lot of money, man. You know, so I was going to play college baseball in my senior year of high school. I was ranked in state in wrestling, and I wasn't going to wrestle my senior year. I got
Okay.
voted in as a captain. I went to Warrensburg. Everybody thinks I went to Mount Zion, but I went to Warrensburg, and I got voted in for wrestling captain, and that still wasn't enough to lock me in, man. Like I'm going to go play baseball. I was getting some offers and stuff, and I'm going to play baseball. I'm going to focus on it. I'm going to be in the gym, and third wrestling match my senior year, I tore my ACL. It was done. I had two options. I could have played baseball in a brace, and played my senior year. Who knows what kind of shape I'd be in? Right?
Okay.
What I'd be able to do on the field, or I could have surgery, and not play. Take a chance I'll miss my senior year of baseball.
Okay.
Which was the only thing I knew.
Right.
Right? I mean, that's the only thing I knew. And my mom and my dad and I, my stepdad and I, we decided surgery. So, 2 days later, I'm having surgery to reconstruct my knee, and that's that. I got to come back and play my last 3 games or 4 games of baseball. They only let me play defense. So right out of high school, hold on a second. Nope. Right out of high school, I went to work. Right out of high school, I went to work for Decatur Custom Tool, and that wasn't going to work for me.
What'd you do there?
Man, I was so Jamie Gayweiler, still one of my great friends today, great mentor for me. He was on the sales side of things. His family owns it, and I went to work at the fab shop with John Lambrick. Gave me an opportunity to be a machinist, a tool and die maker is what I was going to be, man.
All right.
So I'm working on a CNC, or not a CNC even then. They had me on the mill and the lathe.
And you're a teenager.
Man, I'm 18.
Okay.
Just realizing that, tore my ACL in January and changed my life.
This is what real life has to offer right now.
And could have went to college, but without baseball, what am I going to do?
Go do some more books? That sounds terrible.
I wasn't the greatest student. I did enough to get by. I was very underachieving when it came to school and grades.
Did you know at that point that school at least it would just equivalent debt with no plan? Or was it like at least this job would equal a paycheck and at least a car or something cool? Or what was your take on it?
Man, I wanted everything back then. I saw them crotch rockets
Hell
running
yeah.
up and down El Dorado.
You're like, I need a paycheck.
I wanted a paycheck.
Right.
So at the time, my mom was working for Millikan University. I could have went there for free.
But you're like, that doesn't pay me shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always had 2 jobs my whole life, starting right out of high school. So I went to work for Decatur Custom Tool.
Yep.
And then that wasn't going to work for me, so I quit to go to school. I'm like, man, I am going to go back to school.
Right.
And I'm going to work nights, right? And then like a week before I'm supposed to start school, a contractor out at ADM called me. It was like, hey, we got this position open. I'm sweeping floors, right? But it pays this amount of money. And I'm like, ooh, all right.
Where's my broom?
Mom, scratch that. I'm gonna go make a paycheck. All right. So I did that for a little bit, and that wasn't gonna work. So I was driving down the road, and Rick Minton was working for Sunbelt. And the only way I knew it is, and I knew him from high school, and he always had a Sunbelt Rentals logo on his truck that he drove. I didn't know what Sunbelt Rentals was, man. 18-year-old kid.
Right.
And we're driving over the viaduct there by the Civic Center. And I roll down my window. I say, Rick, when you going to hire me? He goes, man, I got a job. Come see me Monday. 2 weeks later, I'm working for Sunbelt. And it's still there today. So I've been in a variety of roles. Started out as an inside sales guy, which is way more me. So now I thought I was going in a matter of months, man. Like I thought I was going to be a tool and die maker.
So inside sales is what I met you as.
Yeah.
I believe you would be the one who the contractors would deal with to get the lift on site at this spot. And
yeah, man. If you came into the store, I was one of the two people you saw.
yeah.
And when you needed to reserve a piece of equipment, I found it for you. I set it up for you. If you needed it delivered, I was a dispatcher. You know, shortly after I started, I became the dispatcher, and
if someone ain't heard from you in a while, you'd be the one who'd call and say, "Hey, man, ain't heard from you in a while, man."
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
There's people that do that. Yeah.
So then, you know, I was begging. We had a great salesman back then. I don't know if you know him, but Timmy Benson passed away. One of my good buddies, became a really good friend of mine and a mentor for me in Sunbelt. And but he was a salesman. When he would walk in the store, man, the room would just light up. You know, and it's like, you could tell he's making some money. I know where this guy lives. I just saw him build this house, and like that's what I want to do. Man,
he's still,
you know?
yeah.
So then I'm doing the counter job, and I think I can do what Timmy does.
Right.
And this is easy. What I didn't know was I was talking to a bunch of people that wanted to talk to me. You're walking in to set up a piece of equipment, right?
Right.
I'm answering the phone for people that want something.
Yeah. I'm calling to talk to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Timmy's talking to people who don't have any desire to talk to him, and he's winning.
He's going out and knocking on the doors, and he's finding out that pit bull secretary at the front door will not let him get to who he wants.
And he's still getting to him.
He's driving around to the back and walking in the back of the shop with a bunch of people that are looking at him funny, like, "What are you doing here, boy?"
And he's still getting his way.
And man, he's winning, right?
Yeah.
But I didn't know that.
Right.
I'm sitting back, young, dumb me, like, man,
I got this.
I'm setting all this up for him. I'm doing all that, you know, not only am I dealing with the customers, you know, walking in and calling on the phone.
You're like, this guy's getting the glory from my work.
Then he calls me and tells me what to do. Like, "Hey, I need this, this, and this, and I need it by tomorrow." And I'm like, all right.
Naivety.
I'll never forget the first time I told him, "Well, get in here and find it then." Whew.
Bad move, huh?
That was a bad move. Bad move.
Live and learn, babe.
He came in all right. He came in all right. So we ended up having a sales blitz. We were running the Springfield territory out of Decatur before we had a store there. And we had a sales blitz, and that's where they bring in all the salesmen from the district, and they go blitz a territory for an entire day. A territory that's not really doing good, or a new territory, that sort of thing. They just hammer it out, Sunbelt all day long, right? Well, someone wasn't able to show up because they had they got sick or something happened, and they sent me out on that sales blitz. So that was the first thing that I've ever done in sales. And I'll never forget, we're over in Springfield, and I've been walking into these doors, with the offices and stuff with Timmy. They made me ride with Timmy.
Okay.
So we're walking around all these.
Which you and him are cool.
Yeah, we're real cool.
Yeah.
By then, I'm 2-3 years into it now. Like, I get it. You know, I don't get it, but I think I do.
Right, yeah.
So we're riding around Springfield, and he's like, "All right, man, day's almost done. Here's a Menards. Go in there and don't come back out till you get the manager's business card. Go rent them some gear." And I'm like, "What?" All right, I can do that. So I jump out of the truck, and I'm walking in, and then my heart starts racing. You know, I'm a 21-year-old kid, or 20. I can't even drink yet.
And you're like, and I don't even really know where I'm
So I'm walking in, I'm like, what am I going to say to this guy? Or how am I going to ask this person for him? Like, man, I'm sweating.
Yeah.
So I go in. About 10 minutes later, I come back out with a card. And it was over from there.
You got him, and
I knew I was going to be a salesman.
Right.
So fast forward now, the Springfield territory ends up coming open. I take that job as a salesman.
So you and Timmy operated at different locations, doing the same job in different areas. I mean, together for a while.
So I end up, so we ran Springfield out of Decatur.
Okay.
So I just became a partner of
side
Timmy.
by side.
Side by side, we're doing the same
Killing
job
it.
now. No, absolutely not. I go out there thinking I got this. But the challenges I had was we're delivering gear from Decatur to Springfield. My territory don't even start for 45 minutes. Well, there's other rental companies in Springfield, right?
Uh-huh.
I can deliver and do the job for way cheaper than I can.
Oh.
So, man, I struggled for like a year and a half, and I get it. Why would you pay for something to come from Decatur when we already got it over here and I can pay way less money in transportation costs, right?
Right.
So I struggled for a year or so, and then 2006, I think tornado hit Springfield, 2005, 2006.
Okay.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Tears up the west side of Springfield, all the way up and down Veterans,
Yep,
where
yep,
the
yep.
mall and stuff is. And then it's like it jumped over to Dirksen Parkway.
Yep.
Well, I'll never forget it, man. I'm living in Birdland then. My mom calls me and says, hey, it's like 3 o'clock in the morning. She goes, hey, your territory just got hit with a tornado. You better get up and go to work. And I did. Got up, put my Sunbelt stuff on, jumped in my Sunbelt truck, bolted over to Springfield. So I figured out, I listened to the radio, I had known what had happened by then. It's not like we had Facebook and Google and stuff
Right.
that I could just go find information right now.
Right. You had to go find out.
Well, I had to go find out. I knew that a tornado had hit. I think we had MySpace. Facebook was probably up and coming or whatever. So I was getting bits and pieces of information. So I start on the west side of Springfield, and obviously I find the damage real quick. You know, the sooner you get off the ramp, you see that Walmart hammered there.
Right.
And I start there, and I start making my rounds up and down Veterans.
And when you say make your round, what are you doing?
Man, I'm going from site to site, just handing out business cards
And going,
making
hey,
sure they had a contact, because
you're going to need equipment. Hype me up. We'll get you what you need.
yeah. So that I know they have a need.
Yeah.
I just need them to know that they need to call me first.
Right.
Don't call United.
Right. Yeah.
RSC at the time.
Yeah.
Don't call them. Call me.
Right.
They don't know and they don't care that I'm out of Decatur.
Yeah. They just here.
They just need it now.
Yeah.
Right. So that was the game changer for me.
And did that flump? Did you have shit in? I mean, did it work?
Yeah, man, it worked. So that's what put me on the map at Sunbelt.
Perfect.
That tornado. So by sunrise, man, I was driving around and I would have 4 or 5 cars following me, waiting for me to park to get generators ordered. So the cool part about Sunbelt's business model back then was, and it still is to this day, something we did differently than our competition was we have 9 different divisions of Sunbelt now. I think back then we had 2 or 3. One of them was a pump and power division. So we had all our pumps, all our big generators, all our big air compressors at stores.
Okay.
So instead of every store having a little bit of this and a little bit of that, we had specialty stores that focused on that gear.
Okay.
So, man, it wasn't very long. I had one in Chicago. I had one in Indy at the time. Now I got them in St. Louis. I got them everywhere now. But then I had Chicago Pump Power. I had Indy Pump Power. And I was able to get on the phone to 2 stores. Actually, my district manager, who is still my boss today, was able to get on the phone to 2 stores and say, hey, start loading up every generator you got.
Get them here.
It'll be on rent by the time it shows up to Springfield, Illinois. And I'm talking half semi trailers that they drop the whole. That's a 500 kW. It'll power not half the city, but it'll power a lot, man. Right. So, and then we had 1 megs that were, full semi trailers.
Oh shit! So this is
that
power,
will
baby.
even. Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm powering a 500 kW. At the time, I had 3 of them in town.
Oh yeah, but I guess if tornadoes coming through, then yeah.
I powered an entire Menards store. Their registers, their refrigeration, their lights, everything off of 1 generator. And I probably ended up with 200 generators there. Right? So now so that event lasts for 2 months. I'm a young, dumb kid, man. I make some money.
Hell yeah.
I make some money, and I tell you what, I go out and I spend it all.
Oh, you was rich.
Man, I was rich.
Because that paycheck was going to keep coming. That was your new. That was your new amount. That was your new salary.
I might as well just retire.
For sure.
Boy, was I wrong.
And then the tornado went away.
The tornado went away. All my money.
Still had a truck payment.
I bought a Mustang GT.
Oh, okay.
a GT that Clinton Anderson Sports or Ford did up for me, and it had all.
Did you sell that joker?
Man, quick. Nah, I held on to it. But it's amazing when you're in the bar, like I was at the time. You know, I've heard some of your other podcasts. That's how we communicated. That's how we hung out.
Yeah,
right? You say that all the time.
Yeah,
and for sure, I'm in the bars, right?
Yeah.
So I'm working.
That's how you see
I'm
people.
working during the day, and I'm heading to the bar. I'm seeing people.
Let's go see what's going on.
Man, buying rounds.
Hell yeah.
Rich.
Yeah.
Rich.
Run
man.
the card.
Yeah,
It don't matter how much it was. I'm leaving.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I don't care about a $500 bill tonight.
Who cares?
Don't care, man.
Yeah. When I'm broke, I'm just not coming.
Yeah. It's funny when you're broke, man. You walk into those places, you stop buying rounds and everything.
Yeah.
Man, you just another dude.
Just another dude, man.
We got short-term memory.
It's crazy.
Short-term memory. So, anyways,
Yeah.
we'll fast forward, man. I don't want to drag on Sunbelt, but that's what put me on the map.
That's really
right
cool.
there.
So, what is your position currently? So how long did you do sales for a long time, right?
I've never not done well. Okay, so that happened. I told you that I epically failed with my money.
Okay, but you were same position. You were in the same position,
man. So then we start building in Champaign.
Okay,
and I ended up going back and working in the store because I wasn't as good as what I thought I was. Right.
Okay.
So.
By your choice? Like you just said, hey,
man.
So
we had a sales rep over in Springfield that we wanted. I was competing against him. And, man, he was good.
Right.
Real good. And he started looking for a job. So I went to my boss, who's still my boss today, Rick Moss. Love him to death. And I said, Rick, I want to hire Adam. We need him on our team. He's like, that's fine. You're coming back inside if we do it. It's your choice, man.
And you're like, we can't lose him, and he's...
Well, I'm like, he's kicking my butt. He's going to continue to kick my butt wherever he's at. Or we can team up, and all I got to do is give up this sales job that I was dying to have, but realizing, like, you know, I'm still young, and I'm not Tim Benson, you know?
At this point, I might learn something from the cat.
Yeah. So I went inside sales, and we hired a guy. And he kept that momentum going that I gained out of the tornado. Plus, he had lived in Springfield his whole entire life. So we kept the business flowing, and we ended up building a store in Springfield. That store's still there today. So then I went back into sales to help Rick out with another territory. Went up to Bloomington. And then in 2012, Timmy passed away unexpectedly, heart attack. 42 years old.
Oh, shit. I was just going to ask if he was old.
Yeah, man, now 42. So Decatur now had an open salesman, but no store now. We were running out of Bloomington because we ended up that when you get Champaign and Springfield going, you got Bloomington. We got kicked out of our lease, that building on 22nd Street.
It's not there anymore?
It's Altoffer now.
Oh,
remember?
Oh, yeah.
So they ended up buying the property. So the landlord comes to Sunbelt and says, you got 30 days to either buy this building or you got to go. So we went. Right?
Oh, shit.
So then 2012, Timmy passes away, and Rick needs me to come into Decatur and keep those relationships going because he was still doing good, man. He was able to – we had a ton of gear in Decatur.
Right.
Even though we didn't have a store here. So he was able to just get trucks down here and move things around, and it didn't really –
You guys don't have a store like in ADM or something like that?
We did it in 2012.
Oh.
So – 2012, I come back to Decatur, and I'm still selling, and Champagne's up and going. Man, I might be off a little bit because I worked for Champagne for a little bit of a time in there before I came back to Decatur, but I don't really know the years. But anyways, so I'm floating around in different sales roles,
right? Helping
out the division where open territories are, where they need help at, right? And then. In 2015, I think, we were awarded the ADM contract.
Okay.
So naturally, I take that over. Lived in Decatur my whole life. I still to this day know more ADM people than anybody within our entire organization, you know. And 2000, so we build a store. Now we find a place to rent. We build a store. That's the current store that's over there by Pepsi on Mueller.
Yep. Okay.
Mueller Drive off of Brush College.
Yep.
So that store's here and up and running. So all these years, I've just been in General Tool, which is our largest division of Sunbelt Rentals. I've just been in sales for them.
Okay.
Basically since 2005. 2017, I switched to my current role, which is a strategic account manager for our industrial tooling division. So in a nutshell, what that is I'm the quarterback. I got 50 customers in 6 states around Illinois, roughly 50. Some of them are family of accounts, ADM, Cargill,
Okay.
Mueller.
ADM is a customer.
A1 customer.
Okay.
So I cover them in the 6 states around Illinois, 5 states around Illinois. And I'm kind of like the quarterback. I represent all 9 divisions of Sunbelt, but I have a focus on industrial tooling. So specialty welding, specialty rigging.
And what you're going, hey, let's discuss what you're going to need, what you do need, and I'm going to make sure get a game plan together to make sure you have it?
Yeah, so my role now, I'm dealing with some of the biggest customers. Those
Sounds
50
like
customers are big customers, so a lot of my job now is putting contracts together,
Right.
setting rates in stone for them year over year. I can't deal with them everywhere they are, so I'm that quarterback that just manages the account.
Okay.
And a lot of them work all around the country, or they're nationwide companies.
So do you sub out equipment to other companies? You know what I mean? If Sunbelt isn't somewhere, do you say we don't service that area, or do you go, I'm going to service wherever you need us, but it might not be? Does that make sense?
There's very few places in the country anymore. We got over 800 locations.
Oh, so you can service wherever it's at.
Yeah, we got some dry spots, but not many.
Yep.
We can always get you
It's
the
like,
gear
well,
there,
if you-
whether you want to pay the
If you pay for it, we'll get it there.
We'll
Got
get
you.
it there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
But for the most part, like Kansas, we're not real big. Montana, we're not really big.
Right.
But really, the Dakotas.
But I guess anywhere
about
that
it.
you're not big, it's like there's not going to be a whole lot of people big.
It's us or United. Usually, has got
Right.
one store there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what I've been doing with Sunbelt for since 2001. I went back to Milliken while working for Sunbelt 2006 to 2009.
To degree it up,
I degreed it up.
was there a benefit to it?
There's been a couple of them. Rodney, I've listened to the podcast. I think Blake.
Yeah.
Organizational leadership.
Yeah.
Administration.
Yeah.
Business. So I did that.
Did
while
you do
working
it for you or for the paper? Or was there a benefit to your career financially to getting the? Did you do it so you could make more money from your company, or did you do it because you were like, "Hey, man, I get free education because my mom was a teacher"? Or what was your motivation?
So my mom's gone, retired by then.
So you paid for it. You got it. She's
Isn't that
like,
crazy. Yeah.
son,
Trust me, I know.
son.
Right. Trust me, I know. At the time I was going for it because I'm like, what if Sunbelt? What if I
Plan
got so
B.
many years. In 2006, I've been there 5 years. I'm still young, and I don't know if this is for me forever.
Okay.
I didn't know it was going to be 2025, and I'm still there.
Right.
So I graduated in 2009. I don't have a wife. Ange and I had just met. 2008 or 9ish. We had just met, and I didn't have any kids. I didn't know what life was going to be then.
Okay.
But I'm like, I think it can be better with this piece of paper.
So let me at least.
Yeah, let me get it. My buddies are starting to work at ADM corporate office. They're starting to tell me man, you got to have a college degree to work here.
Right.
But it doesn't have to be in the field or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, this thing's a little bit more important than what I've ever given it. I've never respected it enough.
It's interesting because your job isn't a trade, isn't in the trades, but you're saying it from, I was going to say, you just called it from a straight perspective of going, if you want to make some money and you're not necessarily cut out for someone that knows they're going to succeed, or I don't even think it's you have to be able to succeed at college. I think if you graduate and don't have a plan, just saying, I'm going to spend the next couple of years going into debt's a terrible plan.
Man, it struggled. When I first got out of school, now Ange and I are getting married, so she went to Milliken.
What's college cost?
Man,
4 years, 2 years, I don't know.
I went to Milliken. I got a 4-year degree in 3 years. Man, I think I had somewhere. I was 100.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I was $100,000. I was the first person.
So you're
at
paying
Milliken.
20 a year at least.
Yeah, I was the first person at Milliken, I think. Don't quote me on this. Please, nobody fact check this. But I was one of the first people or the first students that went through the PACE program.
Oh, I'm
100% with 0 credits, man. You're supposed to have, equivalent to an associate's. So I had to meet with the dean to even be accepted in. And the dean's telling me, he's like, it's almost like a Rudy story. You know the movie Rudy?
Oh, yeah. So you're saying you started with no college and went...
Nothing. Went straight into the PACE program. And it's kind of like Rudy with in the movie.
Right.
He's begging to get into Notre Dame.
And it's like, there's no way you're going to be able to do it, bro.
No way.
You can't
No
do
way.
it.
So I'm meeting with the dean, and I don't remember who it was at the time. He's like, man, you work a full-time job, and you're going to try to do, it's going to take you forever. I said, no, sir. I said, it's going to take me longer if I try to do work and do this at Richland, because I can only take so many classes, and those classes are 11 weeks long. I said I could take 1 or 2 classes here every 5 weeks.
Bam.
So I could do this.
Right.
And I did. I got it done in 3 years. So going back to your question, now I'm the type of guy that, man, I know how to build everything.
Right.
Through Sunbelt. I see these projects start from dirt.
Right.
And get built into whatever. But man, I can't do nothing. I can't change that door out, man. Still to this day, I am not that kind of guy.
Right.
I know how to do it. I know what needs to be done. I'm really good at the demo part.
Right. But you know what's crazy is how, and if you listen and you've heard us talk about it too, is it's just now getting popular again for it to even be any glorification to having a job that lets you be able to build the buildings that we sit in, or the roads we drive down, or the bridges we cross.
Now
to me, architecture is fucking amazing, dude.
Man, and these jobs are getting respected now.
Yeah. And dude, like you just said, the only person in a hospital that makes more money than a contractor and getting paid prevailing wage is a surgeon.
Yeah. Dude, I know welders. I deal with a lot of refineries, right, man? And
Get banked, dude.
I deal with welders all over the country. Man, their life is much different than ours, man. They're on the road. They're gone. A lot of them will find refineries that they just stay in. They move their family there.
Yeah.
But, man, they're banking.
Oh, yeah.
They're banking.
They're like COVID traveling nurse salaries.
Yeah. Yeah.
Straight up. I mean.
For sure. And then a lot of times they go get all that knowledge.
Oh, yeah.
And it translates into bigger, better jobs.
For
now
sure.
They're going out to bid these turnarounds.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, they're project managing a turnaround that's, $700, $800 million over 60 days. And it's like.
Yeah. I know a couple heavy, big, giant crane operators who did their thing literally did it for 10 years and did work 100 hours a week, but did it for 10 years. And now they ship cranes and, like that's, well, so I think what's interesting, because that's what I want to get to now, is obviously you having a job at Sunbelt wasn't enough, because it didn't seem like that's where you wanted to stop, because you got your hand in a ton of other shit.
Yeah, so I think, going back to that question, was that piece of paper worth anything? Like to Sunbelt? Probably not, man. I've learned did it hurt?
No.
It didn't hurt a thing.
So other than, not to cut you off.
Yeah.
Other than, did you always know, fuck, I'm cutting myself off. Okay, other than Sunbelt, currently, how many other things do you have currently that you're involved in? Just give me a number, then we'll go through what it is.
5.
Okay, so aside from your daily job, you have 5 other things.
Yeah.
Okay, so how long ago did you start? Was Notorious P.I.G the first thing outside of your 9 to 5 that you jumped into as a business venture?
Yep, that was the first thing.
Am I mistaken when I say that I remember you guys selling whole chickens on Facebook?
Yeah, man.
And that was kicking it off?
That's how it started.
Okay, take me through it, bro. I remember it, and I remember,
story,
I swear it was like within a couple months, it was like, Because I've been a fan just because I fucking love I'm a fat ass. I love barbecue. So I've been following this. And I felt like it was like a year. It went from selling chickens to holy shit, this dude's got a trailer. Great idea. To
so man, this story.
The timing worked out perfect.
Yeah. So I graduate school and college in 2009. My grandma bought me an electric smoker for my graduation.
Okay.
And I never used it, but every time I did, I called Seth to ask him how to use it.
Okay.
So fast forward.
Got your old box smokehouse smoker, whatever.
Man,
Yeah.
Electric.
Yeah. Whatever. Yeah.
Most people that hear this in the barbecue world,
they're like
if these are all my friends, in the barbecue world, they'd be laughing right now. 'Cause that's not a smoker.
Right. Right. You got a hot box.
Yeah. Yeah.
A warmer.
Yeah. Warmer. So I get this thing. So fast forward now to 2018. I think 18. I moved into Hunters Point.
Okay.
And my buddy John Tapscott had a Primo smoker XL. It's like a green egg. And I fell in love with it, man. I'm like, I like this. So I buy one. Next thing you know, I'm addicted to it. Normally when I find a hobby, I jump head first into it, right?
I'm not so unfamiliar.
Yeah. So I get this smoker, and now I'm cooking up everything.
Right.
Yeah, I think it's good. I don't know if it is, but people ate it.
Yeah.
Maybe talk behind my back later,
Yeah,
but I don't know.
You're like, also, I know people eat anything people cook for them.
So, it was probably 2017. I think we moved into Hunters Point in 2017. What's today? 25? No, it's 2018. So, fast forward now, a year goes by me working on this smoker, and now I got people telling me they'll pay me for food. They didn't do that in the first couple months, but now they are. So I put out on Facebook during the holiday, November holiday, illegal as all get out. I didn't know it at the time.
Right.
I had no idea. Better ask for forgiveness for things.
Who wants a
you don't
bird,
know
bro?
about, right? Yeah. Like, what do you mean I can't sell this out of my driveway with no licensing?
Sure,
and,
I can.
I don't know
My
what you're
smoker's
talking about.
cleanish.
I mean, I know what temperature this is supposed to be. I'm clean, man. So Seth calls me and he's like, "Dude, you're funny, man. You're trying to sell these whole chickens for $25." I said, "Yeah, man."
Dude, people are buying them. They're fire.
Well, I don't know. He's joking with me at the time. He's calling and just laughing at me. I thought he was giving me an attaboy.
Right.
But then
I thought it was a great idea, for the record.
He sees how many people are buying these whole chickens, right?
Yeah.
And these vegetables I was doing.
Yeah.
All this stuff.
You're like, they're friends, by the way. They're not strangers buying them.
So that was Thanksgiving. Yeah, but it's out there for everybody
Right.
to see on
Yeah,
Facebook.
for sure.
So then that was Thanksgiving. Come Christmas, Seth was like, "Damn, you made some money. You want to team up on this?" I'm like, well, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
So at the time, he was hit. I don't know if I got all the dates and everything right. He may listen to this, tell me I got it all jacked up.
Yeah.
But anyways, we did that. But what led into it was we did that, and we made a little bit of money. And then, I find out that he had a little catering business. That was legit.
Okay.
Right? So he had the license. He would get temporary permits. He would go do a wedding or whatever. And he would pull out, roll up with his towable smoker and his pop-up tent, and he would put on a meal.
Oh, and you had no idea. You're just like.
But I saw he had his little, he had a little $3,000 box truck.
Yeah.
That we had to start with screwdriver.
Okay. Yeah. He stole that, just so you know.
Maybe. Funny story about that too. So he puts it up for sale because him and his wife were expecting.
Yeah.
And he was selling everything for $6,000. Box trailer, all the catering stuff, this towable smoker that I know he just bought the year before.
Yeah.
He'd done a couple 4th of July parties for me at my house on Lehman when I lived there. So he's got this business for sale, and he only wants like $6,000 for it. So I call him up. I'm like, "Dude, I'm going to buy this." He's like, "What are you going to do with it?" I said, "I don't care. You're selling it too cheap. You just bought that smoker last year for somewhere around your number. I'm just getting all this other stuff for free." He's like, "All right, you can buy it." So then the next day he calls me up. He's like, "Hey, man," he goes, "Lexi's pregnant. That's the reason why I'm selling it. She can't help me no more. What if you just give me $3,000 and I'll help you. We'll do a couple events a year and I'll show you the right way to do this." I'm like, "Bet." So
partnership began.
yeah, partnership began. We do this. So then we start having barbecue conversations over the next couple of days, and now he's really starting to get back. I got this blood flowing again.
Okay, he just needed them juices flowing.
Yeah, man. So like this happens. This transaction happens shortly after Christmas. I think by New Year's, he sent me a picture of what was going to be our trailer that we came out with that spring, right? And he sends it to me. He's like, "Hey, man," he goes, "I think we should buy this." This thing's like $70,000, $50,000. I don't remember.
But you're like,
And I'm like,
oh no,
man,
that was $3,000. Remember?
Yeah, I signed up for $6,000, and then you made it $3,000.
Which
I'm like,
I'm happy with $3,000.
I'm good with that. Why don't we pump the brakes a little bit and see what we can do with this first, and see how this is going to work out? Because that's that piece of paper, that Milliken piece of paper,
Right.
telling me like, whoa, pump the brakes.
You're like, but
He's
the
like,
other
yeah,
side of me that goes in head first.
Well, he was like, man, I'm kind of just kidding. I'm like, all right. Next day he calls me. He's like, hey, man. He goes,
I found one for $84,000.
he goes, hey, I'm going to do this. He goes, with or without you. He goes, I'll give you your $3,000 back. He goes, you can be an employee of mine, or we can do this together.
So he went from being out,
Yeah.
I'm selling this shit,
Yeah.
to I'm going to spend
Yeah.
more.
Yeah. And I said, well, I'm not going to work for you.
Yeah, first
I already
of all,
work for somebody.
Yeah, I don't
Like,
need a food truck job,
I'm
motherfucker.
not working for you, but all right, let's do it. Next thing I know, we're ordering this trailer.
Fuck.
And Notorious P.I.G came about. So I start working on the back end, on the social media,
Yeah.
Facebook stuff, and now we got drawings, we got pictures of this trailer. We ain't got no product. We ain't never done nothing together except a couple things on Christmas. But man, I start working, and by the time we got our trailer, I think we had like 5,000 followers on
So
Facebook.
are you planning on personally doing this?
Yeah, we did it all ourselves.
Serving it and
We did
everything?
it all ourselves. That's why it was a weekend business.
Okay.
So
I mean, you
he
get the
worked-
wives involved and all that, or is it like, no, we just go and,
Well, Lexi is pregnant.
oh, yeah.
I got little kids.
Oh, yeah. So they're taking.
So they're basically, yeah, they are working for us. They're babysitting
Yeah.
the kids on the weekends.
They're
so
doing
we
the
can
real
go.
job while you guys go make this work.
So by the time we get our trailer, we got a bunch of followers on Facebook, and we're like, people are getting excited for it. You know, we had a
Right.
big following. We both went kindergarten through our senior year out at Warrensburg. A lot of people knew us out in that area, you know, and from different sports and all my other Sunbelt stuff. Like, and he was selling for Weesey at the time, still is. A lot of people knew us, you know,
Right.
and they started following, and they're like, all right, we'll give this. We're in Decatur. Anything new comes out, we'll try it.
Right.
Do it right, we'll come back. Do it wrong, and I don't
So
know if
in,
we'll
it
make
launched in just events in 18 or 19?
I can't remember if it was 18 when we started
It was just
the
barely
business,
before
or-
COVID,
it was
right?
just barely before COVID. We did one
How
year.
scary was that?
Man, we did 1 year.
Of good, and then it was like, hey,
Yeah, we did 1 year before COVID. And then we were shut down for the winter, because back then you couldn't work in the winter.
Oh yeah, winter anyway.
They just changed that, but they couldn't. They, you know, permitting wise, you couldn't work. The city wouldn't allow you. Food trucks were considered more of a carnival type of.
What
it
the hell are you
wasn't a
going to do
food
in the
truck
winter
back then.
anyway? Oh yeah, you can still
Well, food
DoorDash
trucks
and
are-
shit.
well,
Yeah,
food trucks are all over town now.
in the winter.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, you're right.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's food trucks open right now.
Yeah.
I think that hibachi guy down
Yeah,
there
kills
I heard, kills it.
yeah. You're right.
Marcos,
Yeah.
he made a living off of his food
Yeah.
truck out there, right? So, but this is before all that, and so we were shut down, and this is crazy, man. First year COVID hits. The day that we're supposed to be inspected is the day of our first event. It's at Norfolk Southern, and it was a 24-hour safety lunch. So we got thousands of people we're going to be serving over 24 hours.
Okay.
And we get a phone call the day before from the health department, and it says, we're closing our office now. We're not going to be there to inspect you. You can't go to work.
Ooh.
So we're like, what?
So you have the food for this.
Oh, it's
you're ready
already
to
bought.
go.
Yeah, it's already bought, man.
Oh, yeah. That's a big one. Big
So
hit.
now we're like, man, what are we going to do? Well, long story short, the railroad ended up calling, and they had to cancel too because everything was starting to shut down, right? So here we are stuck on all that. Now, fast forward, and we decided, Seth and I started talking to, we both started talking to our contractor buddies. I know the plumbing inspector in Mount Zion who owns a plumbing company, right? Hey, what the health department tell you? You got to get permits. You got to pull permits too when you're working, right? They said, well, just keep track of your stuff. And they said, when we come back to work, we'll settle everything up. All right, perfect. They already cashed my check, right, for my license. They just haven't inspected me. Well, at the time, we're kind of like the poster child for food trucks. We got the nicest, shiniest food truck in town, did a lot of good, and were super popular at the time, right? After basically half year one. And so Seth and I were like, forget it, man. We're going to go to work. These guys got told to keep track of their stuff. We'll do a really good job of keeping track of our stuff. So we put out a curbside pickup for food. You remember that? It was a big thing.
Yeah.
We put out a curbside pickup. We were going to go to Seth's buddy who owned, I think he since sold it, but the countertop shop there by World of Power Sports.
Yep.
We were going to go there and do a setup. This is crazy how, like, when you hear this story, so you're going to get so much off of this next part of this story. Like, your brain is circling right now, but there are going to be so many things that click here in 2 minutes. So we, the health department calls from home and says, the gal running it, she goes, I can't believe you guys would go to work without a permit. And I'm like, what are you talking about? We're not trying to hide from you. We put this on Facebook. Like, y'all cash our checks. You guys have told other people to just keep track of their permits, blah, blah.
Oh, because you put out there, we're about to be set up.
Yeah, we put it out there for everybody. We weren't hiding from no one. You know, back when I was doing whole chickens, I put it out there for everybody to see. And I was the one that was wrong, right? But we already got all our licensing except through the health department. We got everything paid for. They've paid. They've cashed our check. I think we're good. So I tell her, I'm like, whoa, this isn't how we've ever worked with you guys. We've always worked with you guys. Like I said, we felt like we're the poster child for you guys. Like, we didn't do that intentionally to upset you. What do we need to do? She's like, all right.
Hey, everyone. Before we dive back into this episode, I want to take a moment to shine a spotlight on one of our amazing sponsors, Clean Cut Painting and Handyman. If you're looking to refresh your space or tackle that long-awaited project, this women-centric company is here to help. Clean Cut Painting specializes in a wide range of services, from stunning interior and exterior painting to small construction projects, room remodels, deck staining and flooring. They truly have expertise to transform your home into a beautiful sanctuary you've always dreamed of. And guess what? They have some fantastic promotions running this March. If you book any interior painting project for March or April, you'll receive an incredible 15% off. It's a perfect time to give your home a fresh look just in time for spring. If you're thinking of sprucing up the outside of your home, they've got you covered too. You can enjoy 10% off exterior painting projects under $5,000. If you're planning on a larger project, get ready for a jaw-dropping $1,000 off anything over $5,000. So whether you're looking to enhance your home's curb appeal or make your interior pop, Clean Cut Painting and Handyman has you covered. Visit their website or give them a call today and take advantage of these amazing offers. Remember, when you choose Clean Cut, you're not just getting a service. You're supporting a company that empowers women in the industry. Now let's get back to the episode. Hey everyone, if you're on the market for custom apparel, look no further than Oakwood Screen Printing. This company specializes in all things screen printing, offering high-quality designs on everything from t-shirts and hoodies to hats and bags. Whether you're promoting your business, celebrating a special event, or just want to express your unique style, Oakwood Screen Printing has you covered. What sets them apart is their attention to detail and commitment to customer satisfaction. They use top-notch materials and the latest printing techniques to ensure your design looks vibrant and lasts for years to come. So if you want to make a statement with your apparel, reach out to Oakwood Screen Printing today. You won't be disappointed. If you use promo code BB217, that's right, BB for Beyond Business 217 at checkout, you will receive an additional 15% off online or in store. So that means ditch the custom ink link order, no matter where you're ordering from, and order your product online or in store from Oakwood Screen Printing using code BB217 for 15% off. Check out oakwoodscreenprinting.com for your next apparel order. Hey, if you're in the market for commercial properties in Central Illinois, look no further than Buick Commercial Real Estate. With a dedicated team led by Tim Buick and Cole Babcock, they'll bring unparalleled expertise and deep understanding of the local market to meet your commercial real estate needs. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, lease, or invest, Tim and Cole are committed to providing a personalized service and guidance every step of the way. Their passion for helping clients navigate the complexities of commercial real estate sets them apart in the industry. So if you're ready to take your business to the next level or find that perfect commercial space, reach out to Buick Commercial Real Estate. You can find them on all social media platforms at buickcommercialrealestate.com or give them a call at 450-8500. Trust me, you'll be in great hands.
All right, well, if you guys want to do this, you need to find a commissary kitchen. All right, we can do that. Hey, Woodrow, sliders are shut down. I need a kitchen. I don't really need the kitchen because we're going to work out of the food truck, but I need an email saying that I can use your kitchen. He goes, I got you, bro. So he shoots me an email saying that we got access to sliders.
Perfect.
Crazy, huh? Now a lot's making sense, huh?
And fast forward, now you actually have the kitchen?
Yeah. So fast forward, we do all the COVID out of sliders.
So the lady getting a hold of you after your Facebook post is what kind of made you say, okay, I guess we're not going to do the curbside at this place because she just busted our balls before.
Yep. Now we got to find a place to go.
Well, I guess that was better than her letting you do it then.
Yeah, it worked
busting your ass for it.
I didn't know it then, though.
Yeah, I feel like she
pretty much set this whole thing up, and I didn't know about it.
You're right.
I mean, without her busting our balls, there might not be no 4-9. There might not be P.I.G. at sliders.
Yeah,
right?
If she would have just let you go and then hammered you, you'd have been
maybe the food
fucked.
truck's going, maybe the food truck isn't going. I don't know.
Yeah, if she would have opened the door with a $5,000 fine and just kicked you in the teeth, you might have been done.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Karen.
Starts with a K. She never did talk to me the same after that. She ain't there anymore, but she never did ever talk. I mean, we went in and built the trailer with them, designed the inside of it with them. Like when I said we're the poster child, no one does that. Everybody just brings their stuff into towns like, hey, we're going to sell food. Here we go. Well, you don't have this. You don't have that.
Oh,
and back then,
so you did it to, we're not going to go through that.
Yeah.
Let's show us and tell us what.
Tell us what we need.
Yeah, perfect idea.
Yeah, and we did. At the time, they were just starting to implement 3-bay sinks in food trucks. A separate hand wash sink, just like a commercial kitchen, right?
Yeah. So
hot water
is. Remind me of Seth. Mm-hmm. Is he still involved in the restaurant?
No. So
did you buy him out, or did he sell his part? Or
Woody did. So after COVID, P.I.G. even was able to help Woody during COVID, and that's what made this thing so beautiful.
Yeah.
Right. So we were doing our thing out of the kitchen, and when they were actually able to open, he was able to sell our products without having to bringing back his full kitchen staff.
Perfect.
Promising people jobs, not knowing if we were going to get shut down or whatever.
Right.
So he brought back a limited crew, and they were
and so now you're able to serve lunch and dinner every day without an event.
Yeah.
And he's able to offer
food on the patio was the first thing.
Perfect.
You know, we sold a lot. That's where the Sliders barbecue pizza came from, man. The barbecue chicken, the brisket pizza. I don't know if you've had the brisket pizza, but I'll put it up against any pizza in town, man.
Sounds really good.
Yeah, it's good. It's real good. So we come out with all these specialty barbecue pizzas, and now Woody's slinging pizzas during COVID when his restaurant shut down, and he's got all these bills coming in.
Yeah.
I'll never forget being in there on a Saturday helping Woody. I mean, 100, 200 pizzas on a Saturday, rolling them out the window because couldn't be open.
Right.
But people were rolling through doing curbside pickup.
That's what's up.
So then
people helping people, brother.
Yeah. So at the time we had by then we had already bought the meat shop, the meat right during COVID. But we were essential business. We were able to be open there.
So who bought the meat shop? You and
Seth.
Yeah. And what was the premise behind that? You guys are like, we're going and buying all the fucking meat, so we might as well buy it at cost and be able to then provide it for the rest of the people who want to buy all our seasoning. We might as well sell them meat too.
So the meat shop came about because it was going to close down. And
were you buying your meat from them?
No.
Oh, okay.
We were buying from a food vendor, which we still do now. Which is great, great part of our business. But now we're able to lump so many businesses in. We buy probably better than any restaurant.
And is that what you sell from that?
At all the businesses.
Yeah.
So the meat shop was going to close down, and we had several people come to us in the community and was like, "Hey, you guys should do this, man. You guys are popular, and you guys keep this going. It means a lot to Mount Zion." And we were like, "No, we're barbecue guys. We're not into that, you know." And met with the city a little bit because it's a Decatur address.
Okay.
Long Creek Tax District. So we met with the city and the chamber. Miranda was a huge help in the process. But we ended up buying it. Long story short, we bought it. And then, we ran it for a couple more years. And Seth's wife took a principal job down at Central A&M.
Okay.
And so, all our gigs were on the weekends. So now... I could get stuff done at night when I'm done with Sunbelt, right?
Yeah.
And then on the weekends, I'm working. Well, Seth, his wife's got to be at 70% of, I think that's the number of all school functions now that she's in a president or in a principal role. And so now he's daddy daycare now. They got two little ones now, and he's got to be home every night with the kids that, when Lexi's working these events and then working on the weekends. We just burn ourselves out, man.
Right.
Yeah. We had been running for about 3 years now, food trucking. The first 2 years, we food trucked every single weekend of the summer.
Right.
So 2 years ago when Woody bought out Seth in November, he had all that going on. I got Cashman who's playing baseball. I got Timber who's, she's going to be playing softball sometime, and we're just getting into that, and I'm not going to miss a game.
Right. Nor should you.
But the first 2 years I did.
So
I missed Cash's first hockey travel goal.
Do you still have the meat shop?
Yeah.
Yep.
So fast forward, Seth and I are Burnout. We're going to sell P.I.G. We're going to sell the meat shop. We're done. So I started talking to Woody about it, and I'm like, hey, man, I said, we're selling a lot of barbecue out of here. If you still want to do barbecue out of here, I think I'll try to work out a deal with Seth where I'll buy the smoker, I'll buy the inventory for sliders, and I'll figure out how to keep it going. I could do it on the weekends, right? I just need to figure out how to get it done during the week while I'm at Sunbelt or whatever. And Woody's like, why don't I just buy Seth out? Both businesses complement each other. I'll just do that. Like, really?
So you'll be able to stay in. He'll pick up some slack on the.
Yeah. Well, now all of a sudden we got 15 employees at Sliders that can help out, which I didn't know.
Touché.
So it really made it a lot easier because that was my thing. Like
even with
Woody buying Seth out, I'm like, Woody, I can't operate like I have the last 2 years, man. My son's got baseball in the summers. Like I can't miss this stuff. He's going to be graduating from high school before I know it, and I'm going to kick myself.
And he's like, bro, I'm team.
He's like, he goes, we got it, man. And sure shit, man.
That's how it's went.
That's how it's went.
Matter of fact, you're like, no, now I own another also
Yeah, the 4.9. The 4.9 came out right when we bought the meat shop about 6-8 months later. So the meat shop, Seth and I were going to open up a barbecue supply store.
Okay.
We're going to sell accessories. We're going to sell
Just like a little...
rubs and sauces, just like we do at the meat shop.
Yep.
That's why the meat shop made so much sense for us, because we were going to do a barbecue supply shop anyways and just sell, charcoal, pellets,
all
that
the
sort of
stuff.
thing. It would have epically failed.
Epically
Failed, man.
Oh, really?
It would have. And the building we were
You're like,
looking
we could
at
have done a
building,
kiosk inside that shop. That's it.
a kiosk at the mall during the winter months or during the holiday
That's
season
it.
would have been way better, right? But we didn't know it at the time, but we're really into this barbecue thing, and we think everybody likes it because we like it. That ain't how business works.
I guess you're right.
Just because I'm into it.
Only the people who go to that aisle like that shit.
Just because I'm a baseball card nerd don't mean anybody's going to baseball card shows anymore. You know what I'm
Touche,
saying?
man, because it just sounded like a great shop to me.
sounded like, hey, I love it. How can you not?
You're right.
You're
right. Why would it have failed? Because of that? Because you're like,
There's
yeah.
not enough popularity in this town.
Yeah, the 8
Sell that
people
same-
besides me that like it don't want that.
Yeah, we still sell that stuff in the meat shop now. I know what the sales are.
Oh,
I know
yeah.
exactly what the sales would have been.
All right.
And I got 4 years of doing
You're
it
like, yeah,
now.
Father's Day, it was a hit.
Yeah. Yeah, holidays are big. Summer, spring, and fall holidays are really good.
Right. Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah.
So I'm telling Woody because so we were going to put the barbecue supply shop in where the 4.9 is, in the old house, the first
Okay.
4.9, right? So now that's a whole other piece of the puzzle.
Okay.
I had no idea. So Woody and I are yucking it up one night, and we're talking about it, and he's like, "Man, how'd the meat shop?" Tell him this exact story. So well, we were going to put the barbecue supply in there. He's like, "Wait a minute. The old Nampkin Nutrition or the new old Triple Dog Dairy?" I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "That thing got a hood in it?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "We were going to rip that all out." He's like, "No, no, no." He goes,
What about a good
He
restaurant?
goes, "Let's just do something." No, not at all. He goes, why don't we put a wing in a Eero place in there so we can get gaming machines in there?" So I'm like, I'm down. Rent's super cheap. Let me call Steve. Next thing you know, next day, Woody and I are going to look at it with Steve. So we sign a lease, and we're going to do this, man. We're going to put a wings and Eero in there.
Okay. Just the opposite.
Man,
no machines, no wings, no gyros.
No. So we did a little fundraiser for Woody and I did a little fundraiser for the folks, Ryan, Jason, O'Laughlin, Ray, the R-Bar crew.
Yeah.
Right? And we did when Randy passed away unexpectedly during COVID, when everybody's laid off. They had the opportunity then, back then they were doing the grants for businesses that were shut down, that their employees didn't leave or go back to work.
Right.
There was money for them.
Right.
So all these employees that didn't go work somewhere else or were legitimately stayed off and were employees of our bar, they thought they had some money coming. Randy passed away and it went away.
Oh, yeah.
So we do a little fundraiser for them during COVID. So fast forward now, we sign a lease, and we were going to hire a girl to run the 4.9 for us, and she backed out. We weren't even ready to open or anything. Hadn't really done anything yet, but she backed out. Didn't really see the vision, right?
Right.
So I called Ryan.
But the 4.9 was a wing gyro spot.
Gonna be.
Right.
So I called Ryan with our bar up. Said, "Hey, you still not working?" He's like, "No, man." He goes, "But I'm getting to the point where I'm about ready to go back to work." I'm like, "Come see us." So he comes into the 4.9. We sit down, me, him, and Woody, and we're looking around. We tell him what our idea was. And he's like, "I don't want to do wings and Eros." He goes, "I want to do more specialty stuff, sandwiches and wraps and stuff like that." And now where I'm at in my food career, I'm like, "Oh yeah, you're speaking my language. Let's go."
Right.
I can't be here doing it, right? I got a full-time job, but let's go. And so he's like, "I got a couple buddies, Ty and Jason. They're about ready to go back to work. They work with me at the R-Bar. They're great. We'll do all the cooking. We'll do all the bartending. We'll rotate." That's where the 4.9 came about.
Really?
Yeah. All because Seth and I didn't put a barbecue supply place in there.
And now look at it now.
And now look at it now.
Well, hey, I mean, everything is good, right? But that place, You could, I mean, that's the same thing I said to Woody. I said, you could, that could be at the lobby of the Hyatt in Nashville. I mean, any major city. Anywhere. It could be outside in an airport. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It could be anywhere. That's impressive.
And Woody's had some franchise people reach out to him.
It's a no-brainer, dude.
Man, we could do it.
You should do it.
We could.
You should build one more.
I think I know. I think we would build one more right now if we thought getting, that place employs like 35 to 38 people, restaurant workers. It's hard to find, man.
Man.
If we thought we could find, if we could clone our staff.
Oh, yeah.
Because the staff
is what, because that's it. If you have shitty staff and you get to people, if you have shitty staff, it ruins it.
It's done, man. How many times have you heard people, especially in Decatur, Illinois, or Forsyth or whatever, say, man, I went there, I had bad service.
100%.
I'm never going back.
Yep.
I mean, because everybody in the restaurant world, that's what's so unfair about Decatur. Like McDonald's messes up my family's food order almost every time I go through the drive-thru, right? And that shit ain't cheap no more.
No.
It's like $40 for us to go through. And I'm still getting 2 Happy Meals, bro.
Yeah.
Well, not anymore. Cash has graduated.
Yeah.
But anyways,
Yeah.
And it's like, but that restaurant's got to be perfect.
Yeah.
That mom and pop restaurant has to be perfect.
Right.
So that's the scary part. But if we thought we could get 35 more people, man, we would do it. We would.
Which I hate to say it, but you couldn't.
It'd be hard.
Or, you know what I mean? Or it would be hard. Really what it would take is, I don't know who it is, but it would take that general manager that gets that right group of managers, that gets that right group. You know what I mean? I think that's it. I think throughout. And I'm not just in your trade. I mean, overall, it takes this person that expects these people to do this, and then they expect their people to do this. And
I think I'm still learning through Woody every single day. Like I thought he was done.
Right.
After Bevo's really.
Right.
I thought he was done. And, since then he's got Jen's going. He's got Woody's back. He's got Beach House going.
Yeah.
I think I could talk about that now. You might have to cut that out.
Nope.
I don't know. But
I got the green light.
Okay. I think we can talk about that.
Yeah.
And, we've talked about a second location for the 4-9.
Yeah.
It's very, very good, right?
Yeah.
For our employees, our community. I get phone calls, text messages from our employees at Sliders 4-9 Meat Shop daily.
Well, and I think what would be crazy is if you guys could put yourself somewhere that didn't survive on repeat customers, meaning a heavier populated area.
Yeah.
You guys would fucking kill it.
Man,
and you guys kill it anyway, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
To where it's like, hey, you didn't like it and you won't come back, so what?
That's why restaurants do so well, mom and pop restaurants do so well in touristy locations.
Oh, yeah, because
they can have a bad day.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
they can have a bad day. In Decatur, we're not allowed to have a bad day.
Yeah.
Even though I just lost a person in my life this morning that I found out about that you don't know about.
Right.
I got to put on a smile on my face
Yeah.
and give you the best service that you've ever thought. And life just doesn't work that way, but that's our expectations.
But what's your take? Now, I mean, let's go on the other side of it too, is I think, and I'm by no means do I ever expect perfection, but I also am like, hey, waitress, if you know that I'm paying $100 a plate and $15 a drink for me and this lady, you can't bring me shitty food and be a bitch.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm never going to – I won't send a plate back.
Yeah.
I just will be like, note to self.
Yeah.
Don't order the fucking ribeye at this place again or whatever.
My family knows you don't do that.
Yeah.
Not
mine.
We don't do that.
Not
we
mine.
don't send it back.
Not mine. I look at my sisters and I go, oh, you just got your shit spit in. You're getting your shit spit in right now.
Yeah, we just
Sorry, Jenny. You get your shit spit in. No, but you know what I mean? Yeah. But and I'm sure in the restaurant industry, it's hard to even to deal with it. The price of stuff makes the price of stuff to where you're going, Yeah, it sucks, man. You're going out and feeding your kids $50. Hey, staff, let's make it seem like, which nobody fucks up on purpose. But, you probably don't do it much. I don't think anybody does it intentionally much. But like, whenever we'll work out of town, you know, every exit where there's hotels, there's an Applebee's and a Cracker Barrel's.
Right.
Okay, so you ever been to our Applebee's versus anywhere else's?
Is Applebee's still a thing?
Yep.
It is.
Well, I don't know. Have you ever been to ours ever? Compared to any other Applebee's, you just see how it's just something's going on there to where it's like, why isn't our shit look like the commercial?
Right.
Isn't, you know, and I think that's what it goes back to where if the management doesn't make the staff act a certain way, then you get shitty everything. You know what I mean? So that's a franchise.
Yeah. And I do think, I mean, trust me, we've gotten our second chances. Like,
Yeah.
we have.
Yeah.
And not everybody's like this. I'm more speaking for some restaurant buddies.
Yeah.
You know, we all get second chances, you know, and it to me, it's not as bad as probably what I make it sound, but we do get put on a different pedestal.
No, I get it.
Then, you know.
Well, and you would just hate to franchise. And I think the only reason I even mentioned that is you would hate to go, you know what, we could franchise. And then you sell to and you hear that they suck.
Right.
With your product. And you're going, well, what the, you know, and we built up a brand here. And
Yeah.
you know.
And that might be a project that we could do later in life.
Yeah. I think that's what you'd have to do is you would have to go put a couple places and go, okay,
would have to go for 3-4 months at a time.
Yeah.
I'd have to go. So, you know, that might be a retirement project when I decide
make
to
sure
retire.
so they're worth a grip if you want to buy one of these.
You know, the only way that we could do it now is sending our own people.
Right.
And then that would hurt what we're doing.
So are you involved in Bevo?
Yeah, a little bit.
I knew there were several.
1 of 4.
Okay, yeah, I knew there were several of you involved there.
Yeah, 1 of 4. That place is going to be cool, man.
Is it done?
It's done. We're open. That place needs gaming.
Okay.
So when a bar or restaurant tells you in town that they need gaming to survive, they're not lying to you right now. They mean it, and they do. I know the opinion on gaming for people that listen to this is different, but and there's a variety of opinions. But I'll tell you right now, that place is going to be good when it gets gaming.
What do you mean the opinion? I mean, because I don't know. I don't ever. I feel like we're past the point. It's not like people are waiting in line to fucking play the games.
No, but I think there are people out there that think that it's really, really bad for people.
Yeah. Oh,
It's an addiction.
Yeah. So
it tears families apart.
fucking longer lines of McDonald's drive-through than there is the gaming parlor.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, right. That stuff's killing us too.
I'm
man.
just saying.
You know, but there are a variety of opinions on every subject we could talk about.
Yeah.
But 4-9, we feel like we built a different clientele. We can put gaming in tomorrow, officially in January, and we're holding off.
I think that's a good twist. I kind of commended Woody on that too, is kind of going, hey, maybe a break, even for those. There's people I know that they don't have to, but it's a solid distraction if the option is there.
Yeah.
To even sit down at a bar with the guys. There's those that go take a piss and are like,
Got to throw in a 20.
I got to throw 20 in, bro. It might be my moment, man.
Yeah. So Woody and I sat down like when it was getting closer. We got inspected for gaming, which the next step is it goes to the state and you can get approved, right?
Yeah.
At a meeting. So we're now we know it's the first 13 months, which is an exceptionally long time to be waiting, but the first 13 months we really didn't have to worry about it. We didn't even know if we were going to get it. Like,
right.
We got inspected, and it took forever. Like the average right now for facilities getting gaming, I think, is somewhere around 10 months.
You're talking about the 4.9?
So the 4.9, we got to month 14 before we got approved.
And now you're like, we don't even want it.
Well, we did everything we needed to do to be able to get gaming,
right.
except put the machines in.
Right.
So in that month 13, 14, Woody and I, we sat down and had a let's look each other. Let's look and have an honest conversation. Let's look ourselves in the mirror as a business. And
It's not worth putting up a fucking wall and going, let's call this
yeah,
something else, or it's like, yeah, we talked about that too.
Yeah, the money would be.
Yeah.
The money would be. But we thought when we put gaming in the gaming room, what we would lose in the tables. We'd have to take out
I meant,
4 or 5
if you
tables.
put a different entrance to it, then it's another business.
Yeah, no, we weren't going to do that.
Okay.
When you go into the 4-9, that room off to the right, that back wall was already wired.
That was going to be that.
That was going to be gaming.
Okay.
But in the meantime, we put tables in there.
Oh, okay. You know what I meant, though.
Yeah,
Make it
yeah,
a different.
yeah.
Yeah.
So at one point, we were going to rent the place behind us,
Gotcha.
where Andy Hogan Insurance went.
Yep.
And there was some confusion there.
Okay.
And it ended up getting rented to Andy, where he is now.
Sure.
But we were going to put our catering and a separate bar in there for private events.
Right.
And the village was going to, as long as we got another liquor license, the village was going to allow us to do that, right?
Right.
Run all our catering, run all our to-go out of there, use it for banquets and that sort of thing. So that's where we were going to put the gaming.
So do you have events you do with No. Okay.
Not right now.
So
this fall, we put window coverings on the patio. We plumbed it for gas when we built it, when we realized we weren't ever going to be able to expand like Causes did.
Yep.
Right. So we plumbed it for gas for future heat. Then fall came this year. This will be our second fall that we're open. Well, yeah, second fall.
Right.
Second fall. And we decided to go ahead and put the window coverings on. And, our first fall, we were just getting open.
Right.
And it really wasn't fall. It wasn't fall because we opened in December of 23. So fall 24. So all winter long in 2024, we didn't have access to the patio.
Right.
We didn't open up the patio until spring of 24.
Right.
So, which was great for us because at the time, just servicing the tables in the bar was enough for us at the time where we were just learning. I kind of feel bad. We threw our employees straight to the wolves, man. We were going to have, a soft opening, but then
It wasn't nothing soft about it. It's
there
just
wasn't
been
nothing
on and
soft about it,
popping.
man. Yeah, so we're lucky because our water line was run above ground to the old 4-9
Oh shit.
because our main water line went down the parking lot of the new 4-9. So that was one of the first things that got demoed. So they ran water above ground from Lewis's building, his office, across. So we made it. We opened up December 15th, I think, 23. And we made it to December 15th, and I think our water line only froze up like once or twice in the old building.
Yeah.
So we were going to do some soft openings and everything, but now we had hard freezes coming every night. There was no way around it.
Right.
And it's like, sorry, guys, you got to go. So it was nice not having that patio area.
Right.
But now fast forward to, just going into fall of 24, we're like, oh man, we got to get these tables ready. We got to get this patio ready. We got to get the window coverings. We got to get heaters out here because we can't lose this space.
Right.
Especially when gaming comes.
Right.
And we lose those tables.
Right.
So in our minds, we're like, all right, we'll hurry up and we'll get the windows and the heat going. When we do lose these tables, we can stand to add a few of them out on the patio, and we really won't lose many seats.
Right.
Then it came January, and we got approved. Now it's like, all right, dude,
We're good.
and that was the ultimate.
I think good
decision,
move.
man. Yeah, that was the ultimate decision.
s-
But Bevo's needs it. Like Bevo's
Now
is
you're
gonna
just
be
waiting.
a great place. We're just waiting now. We did get
Are you about there?
I think so.
I mean, are you about there? You're just, who knows? It's just
Yeah,
literally a matter of time.
Just a waiting game.
Yeah.
We got assigned an agent, and that's a good sign.
Yeah.
Get the inspection done, and then we'll start hitting those meetings. That place is going to be cool, man. Like we're already, Barstool was a great event for Bevo's because it's kind of off the beaten path.
Right.
We don't have signage up on 121, so not a lot of people. Still, we get today. People don't know where Bevo's is.
I don't know where it's at.
Hey, everybody, it's on Debbie Drive in Mount Zion across from Crawford's.
Oh, now I do know what you're talking about.
Yeah. And it's cool because it gives you that
What was
neighborhood
it?
feel. So you got the tattoo shop and the smoke shop.
Yep.
And then the barber, or not the barber shop, but the Jerry Logan's beauty shop.
Okay.
And that strip mall.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then there's a separate little building right behind it.
Yeah.
It's in
That's
there.
it. Okay.
It was
I'm
like,
picturing it being way smaller than it is, huh? Or like, no, it's small.
I mean, it's pretty small, but it was cut up.
The
into
pictures I
different
see
rooms.
of it, though, on the inside look bigger than the building. I don't know.
The inside was cut up with rooms and stuff
Okay.
when they first got
Yeah.
it, when Matt and Ryan got it. So Matt and Ryan Beavers own the property. And
So-
then they started working with Woody on, hey, what do you think? What would you do?
Yeah,
Yes.
he told me that
Yeah.
story. That he's like, it went for a conversation with someone asking him what he would do to being like, oh, shit, here we go.
Yeah.
So, how old are you?
I am 41, man.
And so, will you stick with Sunbelt? Just like, do you have a date in mind that you'll stick with Sunbelt? Then you're like, okay, that chapter's done, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then
yeah.
venture on to other things, or I guess I'm looking for. You're a little bit too young to say what's your next move, but no, you're not. So, what's the next move?
I think for me, it would be awesome getting to 50
Okay.
with Sunbelt. And getting to 50 is them having me.
Okay.
Right? Like they have me for another, I'm going to be 42 in June. So they have me for another 8 years.
Right.
Like, that's very doable for me.
Right.
I love my job, man.
Okay.
I love the people I work with.
Right.
You know, these businesses might get frowned upon against people with people because I'm still with Sunbelt. But like, man, the only way the businesses work is because we have an amazing employees. I'm obviously not there. Woody's not there all the time, but the staff's at every location.
Oh no, they don't.
Top notch.
Here's the deal: they can't without people who were successful and then made good choices with what they do with what they do. Then no one listening would have a place to go eat,
Yeah.
shop, drink, gamble, fucking what, you know what I mean? It's people like you that, yeah, you make wise choices with what you do when you bust your ass to make it so. And I would sure to fucking, for God's sakes, hope that there's nobody that listens that thinks that Woody pulls his wallet out when he sees a business open and just starts
Right.
counting out.
That's not how it works.
Undo the shackle and hand him the briefcase and go, beach house, here's this briefcase.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? And obviously what comes with everything is, there's a little bit of headache, a little bit of stress, but I think also when you're cut from a certain cloth, you can't not have that in your life. And you kind of strike me as that kind of dude, which is what makes you go, yeah, I got a good job I could have forever, but I'm going to go to school because I'm probably going to create something in my life that's going to make me need to do something and know something and learn something. Is there any other business like things in your life, whether related to anything, that you're like, I kind of would like to try to go this direction? Or are you pretty much going the direction that you...
I think at this part of my life, I'm going the direction I want to go. My wife wants me to go till 55 at Sunbelt for sure. And
Okay.
I can see myself doing that. I think when I'm 55, I feel like I'm going to be feeling good.
Yeah.
You know, and as long as my health can stay good. I have some visions for some other things that around my community, our community, that I think would be really cool. I don't really want to discuss them yet.
Sure.
Because I think there are opportunities that are there right now.
Right. Real estate's always a really cool thing to
that's
always try to get in.
That's the
at
thing.
our
Like,
age, just to have.
I think, eventually owning the building, Woody and I owning the building that
Yep.
the 49's in,
Yeah.
or owning a property that we build our next 49 in
Yep.
and kind of do freestanding and fix everything that we messed up this time.
Sure.
I could see that. That would be good. Real estate is one that I'm like, all right, that to me, I feel like would be a good avenue to go down. Maybe not right now.
Right.
But
Well, even like you, and you guys are a great example of, I mean, if you have a piece of dirt, you've proved that if you put up a strip, you're like, hell, I can put 3 things in it that will succeed. If I put up 6 and we fill the other 3, you know what I mean? Developing, you guys are, I mean, that's just stuff that you're familiar with. So
the community, I think, you know, I was listening to you and Blake's podcast earlier today, you know, about nothing to do in Decatur. Like that always is appealing to me. Like what would make it? I think about things every single day when I'm driving around town. Like, man, I could see this in this vacant building. Would it work? I don't know, but I could see it there.
Right.
And I'm just the guy that might throw the dart at the board and see if it sticks.
Sure. Well, and I think, and that's even it is, even the people, and there are, like, I have even said it, but everything that happens in Decatur, it seems like people do it. Yeah. You know, it's like I have even said, you know, we have the water park here, blah, blah, blah. If you drive past that place, it's packed. Yeah. You know, we have the Devon. It's packed.
What about the things that like ALZ's doing, man? Wiffle ball and Five Kings, like those.
Packed.
Things, the bars were more busy, and I help out both. You know, the wiffle ball and Five Kings, and you know all those guys are my friends, and you know anything wiffle ball touches it's
for
great.
Sure.
And this is the first year that the 12 Bars of Christmas was busier. You ask how many bar owners in this town, and they'll tell you, man, the bars that 12 Bars were at were busier than the golf.
Barstool Open.
Barstool Open, yeah.
I did hear that.
I've heard it from several people.
Several.
And I don't have an iron in the fire, right? Like I don't have a
no, you would hope everything would be.
I don't have a location that had both.
Right.
But Woody does.
Yeah.
Other people do. And it's like, holy cow, man. When you start to think of that, it's like, let's keep doing things like that.
Yeah.
Bigger, being the biggest isn't always the greatest, but let's hone it down to our community. But, I mean, the wiffle ball guys, I mean, 217 ALZ wiffle ball classic,
that's something else,
man.
Dude. That's amazing.
This year's number 10.
Wait, yeah, who's in charge of that?
Jeff.
Jeff yeah, I do know Jeff. People. Yeah.
You know, it started with EP and a pipe dream when he was in I think in 8th grade.
Oh, I definitely need to get Jeff in here, man, and talk shit to him about that. Yeah, that's amazing, dude. I usually am actually out chasing a kid when that thing is going on. I brought him over to it this past year, and he's like going, "What the fuck is?" I'm like, "Yeah, dude,
How fun is it?
This is like a little big league in fucking football." That's amazing, dude. You guys got a cool thing going.
So, you know, those two things, you know, both of those groups, I give a lot of time back for both of them. And then, you know, the one thing, too, that I think is humongous is all the mentors. We got some great mentors in this community, man. You know, from the Tommy Brink Otters to, you know, I mean, Steve Lewis. Woody's been a great mentor to me. You know, I could just go on and on and on about people and what they've done for this community, and they're willing to help anybody, man.
Yeah, well, you are in that, you know, you're in that group too. I think part of owning businesses, especially businesses that actually serve the community. I mean, Sunbelt, you know, there's no one. You could be an asshole to everyone we see in Decatur, and you're not going to be affected by it. You know, because we don't deal with, you know what I'm saying by that, just to say it doesn't, but I think your personality and you've always been a kind person, at least. I mean, I've known you for years, work related, softball, school, whatever, just, you know, just running around. And I think, you've always come off as a friendly, you know, nice guy that's just, you know, what's a good description? Just a person, a human, dude. You know what I mean? Whether you're, I think it seems like you always talk the same and treat everybody the same, and that comes across and makes people like you. And I think that is important whenever you're opening restaurants, you're opening places. So you're not putting yourself on a pedestal above anyone. And I think even if you do privately, as you should, as much of a dickhead as that sounds like, when you bust your ass, you most certainly should. But I think you're raising your kids the right way. You're being a role model for your kid and his friends. And you're giving back by being there as a mentor and paying attention to the people who are leading the way. And to even sit back at your age and go, man, I got mentors right now. You didn't just call Woody just an associate or someone that's your pal. You're saying, no, this is a guy that's teaching me. I'm still learning, and I think that's another valuable thing. Because that's the only way we get better.
Man, I think every facet, my 20s, my 30s, now I'm into my 40s, man, I can go back and I can sit here and tell you things I'm not proud of, man.
Yeah.
People out there know these things that I'm not proud of, right?
Right.
But my goal is to there's two things you can do when you do something you're not proud of. You can fix it and make it better and learn from it, or you can let it kill you, man.
Yeah.
Let it kill your business, let it kill who you are, your legacy, and that sort of thing. So, I definitely have had my fair share of instances where I'm not proud.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I do try to treat people well. I try to be the yes guy. You need somebody, you need some help, call me. I'm always down to help if I can, and I think that goes a long way. But I've had to do some learning for sure.
Yeah,
man,
sure. I wasn't taken away from being human.
No.
We've come to but you know what I mean. I wasn't pointing out perfection.
Yeah.
I was just saying, hey. I wasn't saying you haven't been an asshole. If you wanted me to describe you as that, I've met that Zach too, bro.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
No. But no, you're doing great things. And I think the most important part, dude, is you sat here for the first 15 minutes here and 10 minutes out there talking about what was more important than what you're doing with Woody, what you're doing with Sunbelt, and that was your kids, dude.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? Your focus. And what even you told Woody when you said, hey, man, I'm going to have to tap out on this barbecue thing, which would have been not even 4-9 would have never existed, because you're going to go chase your son around with this baseball thing and this hockey thing and all this because you're focused on your kids, man. And, that was the commitment and the priority. It just so happens that Woody was like, what, bro?
Yeah.
Yeah, what? You just say you're going to be a dad? Yeah, that's okay. You're supposed to.
Yeah, man.
You could also be alive.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
I mean, it's amazing. I love all these kids, man. I'm involved in a lot of kids' lives, and I'm thankful that I am, and that's probably why I do everything. Right?
Yeah.
Trying to leave a legacy is one thing, but also trying to leave something for your kids and, making sure they see you.
Yeah.
They're learning from me every day, whether I know it or not. And,
dude, and it's just going to get better. Like this 12, right? Yeah. 12 and then you're going to, now is when you're going to start. So I love this time, 12, 13. When mine is getting older.
Yeah.
And now we're starting to have drives and moments. Dude, I love my dude.
I told my wife last week, she texted me, and my daughter, Timber, she's got a thing every morning. She wants to, man, she's got dad wrapped around her finger, man.
Yeah, she should.
And, when she doesn't feel like riding the bus and Ange can't take her or whatever, Cash loves running the bus, but she'll come in and say, Daddy, you take me to school? Yes, I will.
Yeah.
So my
Climb
wife,
in, baby.
Yeah, one day last week, my wife texted me. She goes, she's got you wrapped. And I'm like, yeah, she does. I said, but I love our conversations that we have
on the way.
It's just her and I.
Yeah.
And Ange said, well, what do you guys talk about? I said, that's for us to know.
For sure. It's just us. It's just what I'm going to hate is whenever I'm like, hey, babe, can Dad take you? And she's like...
Mom is definitely the cool one, right?
Yeah.
Dad is the more stern, strict.
Yeah. Dad's all business sometimes.
Yeah, I'm not as fun, and I demand. I have to sit back sometimes and say they're just kids.
Oh yeah,
it's okay. But it's it's been the greatest thing ever. Like when I grew up, I didn't think I was going to get married or have kids. I didn't want either of the two. I had nieces and nephews, man.
And you're like, that's good.
Yeah.
Who would have thought, huh?
I'm glad that happened.
Yeah, you're about to see. Yeah, it's unfolding right in front of you. They're the most amazing thing, man. I mean, yeah. And now to even they're getting to the age now where you'll start seeing yourself unfold, either good or bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To where it's like, whew, okay, you paid attention. Thank you. I look
at life like a baseball game, man. We're getting into the seventh inning.
That's it, babe. Man. That's it. Everything you have been taught is going to come out right now. Yeah. No. Well, hey, I'm not going to keep you. We've been sitting here for a bit. I really appreciate you taking the time to come in and sit down. It's been a pleasure. And yeah, I'm excited for you.
Sorry, I'm excited. It took me so long to get here.
No,
I appreciate
I'm excited for everything you got going on, and I'll be sure to keep tabs on everything you and that kids got going. Them kids have going on. Is the young lady an athlete yet, or is she just a supporter of the cause?
She is Cash's biggest fan.
Okay,
for sure. She is starting to get into softball.
Okay,
and some. Other things.
7.
Yeah. 7,
okay, yeah. Well, we'll still see.
Yeah, she's fast, man.
Okay.
I think she's going to be a runner. Like she keeps up with her brother.
All right. So, well, good deal.
But no, thanks for having me, man. Yeah. I'll continue to follow you. I love.
All right.
Love
thank you.
Doing. I love the drone stuff. That's an interest I have that I just can't have that hobby, man.
Well, maybe at least someday when we have time, we can at least get you throw them goggles on and go fly around a little
let's
bit.
Go fly.
We'll get some fun stuff. All right, hey man, take your wife on a date 4-9, man. Go show some support and have some good food for a change. You don't know how to barbecue, so go to Sliders and get yourself some. Man. Hey, thanks for joining me on Beyond Business. We'll catch you on the next one. I want to take a moment to highlight our incredible Season 3 sponsor, Buick Commercial Real Estate. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, lease, or invest, Tim and Cole are committed to providing personalized service and guidance every step of the way. Their passion for helping clients navigate the complexities of commercial real estate sets them apart in the industry. You can find them on all social media platforms at BuickRealEstate.com. or give them a call at 450-8500. Trust me, you'll be in great hands. And a special thank you to Tim and Cole for your unwavering support of the show. Hey everyone, if you're looking to transform your home with a fresh coat of paint or need some handiwork done, look no further than Clean Cut Painting and Handyman. From basement remodels to floor replacements and accent walls, Clean Cut Painting and Handyman is your go-to for all home improvement needs. So if you want to elevate your space, reach out to Clean Cut Painting and Handyman today. You'll be amazed at what they can do. And you can find them on all social media platforms or look them up online at cleancutservice.com. If you're on the market for custom apparel, look no further than Oakwood Screen Printing. If you use promo code BB217, that's right, BB for Beyond Business 217 at checkout, you will receive an additional 15% off online or in store. Check out oakwoodscreenprinting.com for your next apparel order.
It's gonna be great. So grab a seat, don't miss the ride. Beyond Business with Nick, let's take it in stride. Join the conversation, let's make it last. With stories and insights, we're having